Some of you have rudely awoken in order to find yourselves entangled in the clutches of carnivorous plants that have lulled you into a sense of illusory dreaming in order to slowly digest you. A few of you have woken up starving, dying of thirst, vines and little tendrils growing into your skin. It was Kabeth who first awoke from the dream and was able to begin to wake up those around her, including Ishtalon, who with flaming sword and firing arrows woke up some of her sleeping neighbors. You are in the midst of combat with 12-foot-tall, enormous, carnivorous, spiky plants with little spiky plant creatures charging in toward you after having noticed Ishtalon's flaming sword. One of the vines is whipped out, grabbing onto Casey, who's trying to reel him in, while Kabeth is engaged in a melee with another plant at the north, which is partially on fire. Thane, I believe, was recently dumped onto the ground. If you have not had an action yet, then you are still asleep. Well, I'll give you your wake ups. I think Fane was freed, or was he not freed? I can't remember. Maybe he was.
He was free, because I managed to crit on my shot at him.
Oh, right. Yeah, so you see Fane tumbling to the ground, gasps, looking around with a panic, and he gets up to his feet, looking down at himself in confusion. Then as he reaches and he touches his own chest, there's a gleaming sparkle of golden magic, and some of his wounds seem to heal. The plant on the northern side lashes out at Kabeth, who is nearby, but at the beginning of its turn, it must make a saving throw. DC 15 con, if I recall. Ooh, quite the good roll. Oh, yes, the flames, twisting, gnarled vine kind of wraps over itself, extinguishing. It lashes out at Kabeth. Does a 19 hit your current armor class?
My armor class is 19.
Just barely hits you. So you're looking at 18 points of slashing damage and 4 poison damage. You need to make
I might be resistant to poison. Let me double check.
Okay. And you need to make a DC 16 strength saving throw.
I have advantage on saves against being poisoned.
Okay, yeah.
Do I have a save?
No, there's no save involved in this.
And you said DC what? Something throw?
Yeah, DC 16 strength save.
$25.
Okay, yes. Yeah, you see spiky vines trying to wrap around you, but you managed to fend them off.
And I took, you said 18 slashing and 4 poison?
Yes. From the northern plant, a vine, lashes out Peach, but that's a critical failure. What do you guys want to do?
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Lashed out at me, I would love for it to take damage on itself. Maybe it gets stuck in its own fire.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, as it reaches through the flame. Well, actually, it extended the fire. Or the fire got extinguished. It's not burning.
Okay, extinguish the fire.
Well, yeah, let's just say, do you have a melee weapon in your hand?
Yeah, Peach has, good gracious. Yeah, her rapier.
Okay, yeah, we'll say that these vines coming at you, you're able to slash them away. Go ahead and roll a free damage for your rapier.
Awesome, thank you.
I'm bloodied again, by the way.
You're what again? Sorry? Oh, bloody. Again.
I think that pushed me back into bloody territory.
11 piercing.
11 piercing. Not a lot, but fuck that vine. Peach whips it away like it's a bad barman. Like it's a handsy customer.
It's the end of the plant creature's turn. I believe Araya is still slumbering.
Araya is suddenly missing her friends. Last she remembered, they were walking through town. What's going on? She's asleep.
Pretty big girl, I think. Did she drop on the ground? I think so.
Yeah, Casey shot fire over that southeast plant and dropped the two in that one to the ground.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Pretty girl crashing the ground, waking up with a gasp, rolls over and gets up into a crouch. Looking around, her eyes wide, seeing the great beast. She's going to reach up to the circlet of blasting.
This will be our crowning achievement.
Ha.
All right, Circle of Blasting. You can, as action, cast the Scorching Ray spell with a +5 to hit. Look at that. All right, you make 3 ray attacks. Yeah. All right, 2 of those hit. It's going to be 2d6 fire damage per. Interesting. I'm actually going to use a cunning action to disengage. First, she's stumble backwards. And then she's going to blast with those. So that's 4d6 fire damage. Oh, does that work? Yeah.
Too many twos. Poor pretty egg girl.
But the creature seems to shriek in a tone, in a pitch you can just barely make out. It's piercing to the ears, and you see its tendrils flailing around as the beams of fire carve into it. Or some effective damage. And then Predigo is going to continue to back away, eyes wide, taking in her surroundings. To the edge there. Bane, having come awake, one of the plain creatures is going to lash out at him. Ooh, that'll definitely hit. See, Bane is in bad shape. As some of the tendrils are grabbing onto him and cutting into his skin. There's blood spilling out into the ground. You can see the grass almost drinking it in. And But he's not restrained. Ishtalan, you're up.
Okay. I think Ishtalan is going to shout at Kibeth. I'm assuming like these little bundles full of her other friends who were not there before are now visible.
Yeah, but weren't they always there? No, you must have
Yeah,
missed
she
them.
just didn't have a chance to get around to them before.
Hmm.
She's gonna shout at Kibeth, Kip Esmond, and then she. What did I have? Can I do this? Sorry, I'm trying to math. Okay, and then I think seeing as she doesn't have quite enough speed, she is going to keep her bow. She'll move over this way a little bit, and she's going to shoot at the masses of Salinger and the masses of Aurea.
Do I get an opportunity attack?
You don't, because I am concentrating on Zephyr Strike, so nobody gets opportunity attacks.
Dang it. Knew I should have taken Sentinel.
These are not sharpshooter, these are just regular old hits. Oh, so I'm not going to stay with that. Thank you. I will.
If you were
Cunning.
aiming at me, it's all good.
I will cunning action to re-roll that, which takes me, or cunning recovery. Sorry.
Oh.
Rogue's Cunning Recovery to reroll that.
Okay, so that's a 16 to hit. The one at Salinger's lump.
16. Check. It hits a gnarled part of the vine. Does not go through. There, bounces away.
Okay. Can I use a precision attack to add to that? It doesn't say that I have to do it before I know the result or not.
You can do it this time, but I think normally you need to do that when you declare the attack.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Before or after making an attack roll, before any effects of the attack are applied. Oh, yeah, no. I think that actually... Oh, yeah, that seems pretty clear. Yeah, you can do it after.
Well, it makes it at 17.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's still does not penetrate.
Damn.
The bra
Okay.
is strong tonight.
Casey, wrapped in a vine, is like, I mean, to the left a little bit, maybe?
I think she's going to. Can I use? I can't do it on my original attack roll. Can I re-roll my superiority dice roll with 2 breaths?
Yes, you could.
That's much better. Okay.
Much better. So that does hit.
Ignore the sharpshooter damage. That shouldn't be on there.
So what's your total damage?
It's just 6 piercing.
And remember, which one are you aiming at?
Sal.
This one on Sal.
Oh, I'm sorry. One more time. What's the total damage? I missed it.
6 piercing.
Yeah, it tears through and the vines constrict and some of the thorns tear into Salinger. Salinger, you awaken. The last thing you remember was were you going down a road? Wait, no, there was a town, and you can feel deep hunger, thirst. Your lips are dry, eyes dry and stinging as though you have not blinked in hours or days. You are enwrapped in spiky, clawed vines that are tearing into your skin, and some of them have just grown slightly into your body. And you hear the writhing wail of a creature nearby and the sounds of the shouts of your friends. You are still restrained in vines.
And then for my second attack, I will basically do the same thing to Araya. Oh, natural 20.
Ooh. Yeah, that one. Give me your total damage, and as you cut through the vines, it immediately drops her onto the ground.
15 piercing.
That's only to the vines, right?
Yeah, not too. Yeah, it cuts through the vines near you, and it snaps off one of them, and you're dropped into the grass, kind of at the feet of this creature. And you two have that feeling of thorns scraping against your skin, like torn portions of your robes, and you can feel deep hunger and thirst, exhaustion, like your heart having to work incredibly hard just to keep you conscious.
Seeing that by dint of a lot of focus managed to hit both of them, she takes a deep breath and seems her head dips down for a second. She closes her eyes, focuses inward, and is going to second wind, and that will be it for me after that.
Okay. After I forgot to do it before Shalon's turn, so after Shalon's turn, the little tiny guys start rushing toward you. Get you there. One of them comes diving at Kabeth. Oh, that's a critical failure. Kabeth, how do you respond as this little plant guy comes stumbling up to you?
She's like in the middle of raising her sword again to strike this vine that has attacked her, and she like this thing like charges at her and like runs into her leg full force, like it's gonna try to hurt her, but because she's armored, it just knocks itself out and falls to the ground. You don't have to make it unconscious, but let's say it gets knocked down
Sure.
by the force of its own charge.
Yeah, it runs into you, just bounces off your armor, hits the ground prone. Roll damage for a melee attack.
Is there a comical sound effect?
Yes.
Like, what do you mean by melee attack? Like, do you want my unarmed attack or?
Just for flavor. I mean, it ran into your armor, but just roll as though you hit it with a melee attack. Just like your weapon, just your bare weapon attack.
Okay, was it just me or was it Chris that like lagged in the middle of flavor and it was like a
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
was it me?
It might have just been you.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, no, the creature for flavor just runs into your armor and falls down, right? But you get to roll damage as though you hit it with your sword.
Damn, that shit really ran into your armor.
That's 12 something.
All right, yeah. And then it hits the ground. You can see it trying to get up.
You telling me that thing isn't bloody after 12?
Not
It's so small. It looks like a little.
This one is running up to Thane. But Thane, turning, whips out the shield of Brunhilde and smashes it, keeps the creature back. Ishtalan is this small one. One of them's running past Araya, hasn't really seemed to notice that she is free, but the other one is running at Ishtalan, and it takes one of the thorns from its own body and hurls it at you. It's a 20 hit your current armor class.
Sure.
All right, you're looking at 7 piercing and 6 poison.
What is restraining?
Oh, that's not supposed to be there. So that's
Like,
it.
did this thorn suddenly become a giant thing that pins me to the ground? Okay. So just 7 piercing, 6 poison.
Yeah, and the range is also not 5 feet. Sorry, I was copy pasting abilities and changing them.
Is that damage correct?
The
Or is
damage
it
is
something
correct.
else? Okay. So that's 7 piercing, 3 poison, since she is resistant to poison.
You see another one runs at pretty girl and lashes out at her with its vines. Alright. One throw this thorn at Casey. Does a 15 hit you?
Armor class is currently 15.
You take 7 piercing, 2 poison, and 5 bloodied if you are bloodied. Another one.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think I already used my reaction. Let me just double check. Yeah.
Another one throws a thorn at Kabeth. 13 is certainly not going to hit Kabeth. Bing! Just bounces off the arm. That's all the little guys. Yeah. Casey, you're up. As a reminder, you are grappled but not restrained as this vine is reached out.
Yeah, so what is the grappling doing to me?
It just reduces your movement to 0.
Yeah, Casey looks pretty bad. He's got blood kind of streaming down from his hair, which is just as wild as it was in the dream, the shared dream that we had. And these vines are starting to crawl up his studded leather armor, and he's like pushing it away and tearing it off of him as it continues to encroach on him, and this thorn flies over and strikes him right in the shoulder, and he's reaches down in his pouch, pulls out a bottle of liquid and pulls the cork off, drinks it down as he drinks a potion of superior healing. And I'll roll the healing for that in a moment. But he surveys the situation, and he's like, I hate to say it, but I think it's time to go. And he reaches down in his pouch one more time, pushing a vine out of the way. It's creeping into there. He's like, no. And he holds up his hand and holds his palm out flat, and there's just like ash and a bit of sulfur smell kind of wafts out, and maybe Echelon smells a bit of that, and he's like, yeah, it's time. And he starts to speak a low word as he claps his hands together and starts to rub them slowly, and speaks a slow word, and then he says it faster and faster as he holds both hands up towards the northern creature and yells the word out as a wall of fire shoots out from his hands right past Kabeth and encircles the northernmost plant. He's casting Quickened Wall of Fire.
Ooh, illustrate for me kind of where that'll be, and let me know. I assume I have to make some saves.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna do the circle variant of it.
Okay.
Reminder that you have a thing to mark it.
Ooh, I do, don't I?
Chris does. I don't think you have access to it. Chris has like
Yeah.
the spell sheet.
Yeah, show me.
His-
You just do the regular drawing where you're putting it. Like, you can use the regular shape and I'll replace it with the colon. It's like a
So it's going to be about like that, not encompassing Esmond or the other blob, but it's a 20-foot radius to get as much of that plan in there without getting Esmond in there. And the inside is going to be the flamey bits. The outside will not be flamey bits.
Sounds good. Remember. I can't remember how I get to those things. They were like in the compendium.
Yeah. Bear with me because my computer is really laggy. So click the little artist palette, and it's under marketplace purchases, I think.
Yeah.
And then it's the templates and assets for every 5e spell.
Nice. Okay, and this wall of fire.
I can see them, but I just don't have permission to put them on your maps.
Oh, interesting. So it has a wall of fire segment.
You could probably sub in like fireball or something round and fiery. Oh, but I guess it's not big enough.
I might be able to scale it up. Well, it's pretty close. Something about there?
Yeah, kind of like that. And I can designate which side of the wall hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And so the outside of the wall doesn't hurt, but the inside of the wall does.
Right.
So Kabeth, you see this wall of fire just erupt and encircle that section of the creature. But it feels really hot on your skin, but not in like a painful kind of way. It's like
Don't
the
worry,
sun.
I'm resistant.
It's like the sun on your face, essentially.
Okay, so I think interesting. So when the wall appears, okay, I'm going to give it the dexterity saving throw for the initial damage. But I think
DC 16.
yeah, I
DC
think
16.
okay, I think it'll. The creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time. Interesting. So I assume it automatically takes the damage when it starts its turn. It doesn't get the saving throw.
Or ends its turn there.
Yeah,
I think if it's not moving, then it doesn't take it at the beginning.
Yeah. So if it ends its next turn in that fire, then it will take the damage again.
But I'm making the assumption that if it ends its turn there, it does not get the saving throw. That was the way I'm interpreting that. Sounds like. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it says
It doesn't say it.
Yeah, it
a
doesn't say
creature
how.
takes the same damage.
Yeah, it says damage, but it doesn't say it's to make it save. Interesting. Anyway, let me do this first one. Oh no, natural 20. Is that gonna stand?
No. I might have something else to help with that though. Can we can't use lucky to affect other people, right?
Not lucky.
Okay, I'll use 2 points to make him reroll. Because it's just too hot.
It's a 19 instead.
Yeah, that'll have to do.
Much better. Alright, how much damage are we looking at?
So 27 base, half of that, 13.
Okay, yeah. Well, as the flames scorch the creature, you see parts of it shriveling and some things rising, bursting, and some nectar splashes out across the ground with a sickly, sweet scent and sort of a caramelized bubbling. The creature has been bloodied.
And what's the roll for superior healing potion?
8d4 plus 8, I believe.
8d4 plus 8.
And that also benefits from the healing thing. So add your character level, basically. Oh, one thing though. So your movement is reduced to 0 by you being wrapped in the vine. So how are you getting the potion out in order to take it?
I can't retrieve a potion.
It takes half your movement to draw an item from your inventory, unless you're a thief.
I see. And I would not be able to do that. Okay, plan B. Yeah, Casey, yeah, as these vines reach up and grab onto him, we'll see if this works. It should work. Casey reaches up to his armor, pulls at it like he's done so many times before. It's never been comfortable. And finally, he puts both hands up and just tears his armor completely off of him as he activates,
revealing your bare chest.
The ability of this armor, which is that I can doff it with an action. It is tearaway armor. He rips it from his body. Hopefully the vines go with it, leaving him unrestrained and able to move. That's the intent, Chris.
Everyone is face palming right now. Everyone is face palming at this imagery.
Oh my god. So on brand.
I kind of love this, but it will require, I think, a DC 12 dexterity ability check to successfully get off your armor and get free of the vines.
Dexterity ability, all right. He's been wearing this stuff the whole time.
Just waiting for the moment to just rip it off in battle.
That'll do it. So tearing the armor open, revealing your bare chest, the vine's going to go with the armor, pulling it in into the ground, but you slip free like a recently shelled peanut.
Do I gain movement now that I'm unrestrained?
You know what? I think you do.
That's Casey, our favorite nut.
Yeah, the studded leather armor slowly getting dragged away from him as steam rises off his newly exposed skin.
Studley leather armor, am I right?
You are correct. Question though, Chris, am I still within striking range of this tendril? If I move it, can I expect an opportunity attack?
No, it like pulls your armor in.
Gotcha. Yeah, Casey is going to move up towards Peach and Kabeth, so he's going to make that movement. Other than that, that should be my turn.
See many of the small plant creatures pause and look your direction. Beth, the turn is yours.
Okay. Well, a wall of fire has popped up in front of me. Something ran into me and bounced off and fell to the ground. I'm still holding my sword up over my head, about to strike the vine that just attacked me. Kaveth looks a little bewildered. If I attempt to run away without attacking and activating my mobile feat, does it seem like I'm gonna get an attack with opportunity if I try to walk to my right to wake up Esmond, who I assume is still asleep?
So mechanically, you have to leave a creature's threat range. It's a little hard to sometimes know when that will happen, but you have to. Yeah,
Okay.
Moving within the creature's threat range is fine. It's only when you leave it.
Okay, yeah. It seems like it's distraction enough that maybe I could slip to the side without high risk of being attacked. Okay, cool. That'll save me an extra attack to come help Esmond. So I'm going to run over. I'm like this, and I look confused, and then I'm
Wait.
look over at Esmond.
Before you take your turn, actually, when the creature takes the huge fire damage from the wall of fire, it actually drops Somsel and Esmond. I forgot.
Oh, okay. So Esmond looks like he's going down. I will use. Let me hold on 1 second. My computer is so slow trying to support a second monitor. Let me do some measuring real quick.
So Esmond, you hit the ground hard and suddenly pulled from what had been a disorienting dream to find writhing plants all around you. The heat of flames, not hot enough to sear, but warm against the side of your face. You see Kabeth, armor, weapon in hand, writhing, squealing tentacles, plant tentacles all around. You are exhausted, hungry, thirsty, in pain. Thorns just rip their way out of your skin. There's blood in the grass all around you.
Okay, so I'm gonna move. I see all this happen. I see Esmond drop to the ground. I see these two creatures coming up to Esmond. So I'm gonna run to right here, and I'm gonna attack the one to the up to my upper right first, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 26 with 12 slashing damage.
.26 definitely hits. 12 slashing damage. Also fully effective. The little creature stumbles from the blow. You haven't bloodied it yet, but you definitely have cut into some of its vines.
I'm gonna actually hit that same one again. It's a 13 hit.
13. It tumbles and rolls under your blade.
Does that mean it got hit by it or not? Oh, you mean it avoids it.
avoids.
Got it. Okay. Not it like it tumbles and falls down. Strike because I was like, wait, what? Okay. Kibeth narrows her eyes at it. She is going to turn to Esmond and say, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm also going to do one more thing with my bonus action. 1 second. I assume you guys can't hear the movie playing in the other room, right?
Only a little, but it's not bad.
Okay. I can hear it really loud through my headphones, so it's surprising. Looking for my ability.
Don't let Sean fall asleep.
Wake up, Sean. I might not have put it into this sheet yet, but I have. I'm gonna activate one of my runes. I will drop it into the chat in a second. So I have these days I'm wearing like a necklace with a carved rune on a pendant, and then I have like a little leather bracelet that I've made on each wrist, and each of these have my runes upon them. And I just made a new one recently. It is the Hill rune. I am going to activate that for my bonus action, and for up to 1 minute, I will be resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. And I'm going to take a step. I'm going to stay here, actually. I'll be right here, and I've checked on Ez, and that's my turn.
Esmond, turn is yours.
Clarify something for me before I begin. Did we benefit from a short rest?
No, you did not.
Okay, just double checking. Yeah, Esmond falls from the tree hard and wakes up suddenly, quickly taking the situation. Looks to get back. Oh yeah, great, awesome. He says, struggling to stand up, half my movement. Getting a better view of everything, he will just pull out his wand. I don't care for any of this. And we are going to cast. I'm just not going to fuck around right now. Oh, actually, no. 15 feet to stand up, and then Esmond is going to. Okay, I think I can make that work. Esmond's going to stand up and then run west 15 feet. Bonus action. Well, what size are these plants? Are they large, or are they
They're
greater
like
than large?
huge creatures. Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
Are you talking about? You're talking about the big ones.
Yeah, the big viney guys.
Yeah, like a huge size. Probably gargantuan.
Okay. Yeah, Esmond will make that movement and then pull out his wand and just can barely see Sal and Araya beyond the vines of that one creature to the west. And 5th level, he's going to pull out his wand and strike against his wrist armor, and catching the ignition in at the end of the wand, and doing so, air begins to encircle, encapsulate this kinetic energy as it builds into a small flame, like a candle wick almost, before he launches that out, and it's going to land on the top of the creature, casting Fireball at 5th level.
Okay, the one in the west.
Correct. DC 19 Dex save. And I'm casting it in such a way so it does not damage any allies in that immediate area.
I think plenty of the creature is still being included, so that's fine. Does a 16 pass your save?
It does not.
Oh.
That is 39 fire damage.
Yeah, that blast of fire burns away some leaves and makes some of the vines shrivel. Creature isn't bloodied yet, but you definitely heard it.
Esmond's going to use his bonus action to yell for Typhon, wherever the fuck Typhon is, to take a swing at one of the nearest big plants that it can, and join by his side.
I have some terrible news. When does Typhon go?
Yeah.
Immediately after me.
Yeah, what's the wall of fire damage that Typhon takes?
Oh, yeah, he needs to... Oh, is that a typhon?
It's a little typhon wrapped in vines.
27.
I didn't see that.
Well, isn't it at the end of the turn if you end your turn in the fire?
Yeah, but he goes right before Esmond, right?
Typhon goes right after me.
Oh, right after you? Okay.
Yeah. Run, little robot, run!
To be fair, he was
He was in
in
there,
it
yeah,
initially.
he was in there when
he would get a dex save and then take 27 if he fails.
yeah, which he fails because he's restrained, I think.
Yeah, fair.
Little.
Probably should have zoomed in.
Honestly, there's so many little boozits and whatsits that it's hard to know.
Okay, well, Typhon is definitely bloodied. Granted, it doesn't take a lot. But yeah, I'll have Typhon take a swing at this tree before running to try and join up with Esmond.
Well, Typhon's... So the thing goes off, yeah, actually. He takes fire damage, it takes fire damage, it drops him on the ground. Okay, so he's lying right there. At the start of his turn.
Okay, so yeah, I'll have...
Half his movement to get up from the ground.
Right. Okay, that's fine. So it'll be probably his remaining movement to get out of the space of the fire.
Roll Arcana.
Natural 20.
If
35.
if he runs into that wall, he's going to take damage again. Because he's inside of it.
Oh, I see. So he can't pass through the wall. Okay.
Because the inward side's the fire side, right?
But he can still... So he can still move within the circle, but just...
It's 10 feet. If I remember correctly, it's 10 feet from the perimeter of the walls when you would potentially take damage. Or making contact with the wall.
Yeah, so the wall is, if you end your turn within 10 feet of the hurdy side of the wall, or try to go through it, yeah, or enter the wall, which is 1 foot thick wall.
Yeah. So if he ends where he is right now, he would take damage, or if he runs in the wall, he would take damage. If he moves inward, then he could avoid damage.
Then that's what we'll do. So we'll move inward, and we will take a swing at a big chunk for some minor damage.
Okay. But he will have to get more than 10 feet from the edge of the wall.
Will that suffice?
Yes, but
Typhon has a full 40 feet of movement, so 20 to stand up and then 20 to move.
okay. He's moving. Part of that is difficult terrain because he's moving kind of through he's kind of going through vines and stuff like that. But I think that's just enough. I think they can make it.
Okay, so I'll have Typhon take an attack. Does 13 hit?
13 just hits the thick vines. It bounces off.
You know what? I'm going to use an inspiration because I've had this for a minute now.
Ooh, okay. Oh no! Another vine comes in and bats Typhon's pole away.
That seems completely fine. Yeah.
Continue to live up to Cypher's opinion.
Yeah, that's fucking hell. That's my turn.
Well, that's Typhon. Did you do anything else in your turn?
Oh no. I used my action. I used my bonus action to instruct him. Instruct Typhon. So that's my turn.
All right. In the south, Stranger uses half his movement to get to his feet, and then. Yeah. We'll say Ishtalan, you're close enough. In Array as well. You see a stranger in the south who has been released from the grasp of the vines by some of Casey's fire magic. This red-haired man, bearded, just wearing animal furs. There is like a blue, iridescent, bright, magical corruption of some kind that seems to be growing up his left arm all the way to the shoulder and into his chest. He looks disheveled, and He looks around with wild eyes before you see a flash of the blue along his arm, and then he vanishes, and you see a puff appear at the edge of the forest in the south.
Super helpful guy.
Is he redheaded?
Yes.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
So it means we have to hunt him down.
Is he human?
It seems potentially to be.
How dare!
There's laws against necromancy.
New target, boys. The hunt is on.
Man is back on the menu.
And then with his action, he starts going through some of the pouches of his thigh. Doesn't have... Yeah, can't do anything. Somsel dropped to the ground. What the heck? She stumbles up to her feet. She is going to take the disengage action. Get down there. And then with an action, you see she goes to her pouch and starts digging through it. And she comes out with, looking around, comes out with a wand. Yeah. Oh, actually. No, she uses her action to draw it. And then... Yeah, so with her action, she reaches to her pouch and pulls out a wand. Uses her bonus action to use an object. No, she doesn't have to. Look at that. Bonus action, draws the wand. And then is going to wave it around. Says, "Don't worry, guys. And she's going to blast. She's going to blast the northern creature. And a little bead of orange fires off from the wand and explodes into a fireball.
This is the best battle.
It is. It's alright. It's actually not a wand. It's a little necklace, and she plucks off a little bead. And I have no idea how to report. I guess I can't.
Fire damage only.
Yeah, she plucks a little bead off the necklace. And hurls it. Nope, that's wrong. That was 68. Oh, that's terrible. She's looking at... Alright, 18 fire damage to the northernmost plant. The fireball explodes on that northern side.
Oh, it's bloodied too.
It's bloodied. Oh no. Roll a perception check for her.
Typhon.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, let me see. Okay, creature's going to get advantage on its saving throw. She is hedging out so much of it. Oh, that one will actually pass. So it's going to take 9 fire damage, but she does not hit Zephyrus or Typhon.
Is Zephyr still around? I assume that if I'm bloody, Zephyrus is already gone.
He's half that point.
Okay. Weird time to be generous, but okay.
Is it generous?
Knowing Chris, maybe.
I'm gonna kind of just work against Samsel right now, so
Yeah, I read the last second. She's going, no! And she kind of curves it to the right and poof, misses most of the creature. But does scorch that side of it. Oh, but it does take bloody damage. Samsel says, get out of here! Get everyone out! Salinger, you're up.
Oh man, give me 1 second. Okay, so getting my bearings, I can't see too well because I have the world's worst dry eye. I'm restrained and surrounded by spiky vine things, some of them embedded into my skin.
That was true, but you were dropped on the ground recently as an arrow cut through some of the vines near you, and you were dropped to the ground. So no longer restrained. The thorns ripped their way out of your skin already, but you are lying in the grass, and the grass itself seems to be kind of reaching up and drinking the blood off of your skin.
Okay, I hate that. I think he just immediately grabs the hammer and flails from the ground, swinging as hard as he can towards the largest root-looking, vine-looking structure near him.
Staying on the ground, taking a swing. Are you disadvantaged if you make attacks while prone? I think so.
I don't remember.
I think you are.
you have disadvantage on attack rolls if you're prone.
Then to counteract that, he will recklessly attack.
All right.
Or just use your movement to stand up. God.
No,
The grass touched him inappropriately.
Peach uses her reaction to say, Salingers, just stand up.
I'm taking 2 haphazard swings in a panic, and nothing's going to stop.
You're underestimating how lazy he is.
Make
They
your
touched
attack.
his
Woken up out of a
cravat.
dead sleep. I mean, relatable.
Oh, 27 will definitely hit. How much damage?
Cool, so this looks like 12 piercing, and that radiant damage from the Mighty Reeled only happens on crits, or is that every time?
Oh, I think that's the area damage from the crit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So just ignore that. So just the 12 bludgeoning then.
Yeah, you smash some of the vines, tearing through them, sending splinters and thorns flying in every direction. Creature's not bloodied yet, but you're definitely hurting it.
Okay. In that moment after the first swing, having heard Peach say just stand up, he'll use his movement before throwing a second attack to stand up.
Oh, 24 will certainly hit as well.
All right, so standing up, he'll swing it in an arc over his shoulder, drop it down, and do 11 more bludgeoning.
Yeah, smashing through more of the vines, sending wood splintering across the ground. You have bloodied the eastern creature.
Cool. And then with the bonus action, he'll gain his focus just enough to go into a rage.
Nice. anything else on your turn? Half your movement or not?
He tries to blink several times. I don't know how much movement that takes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then I'm
Kind
done.
of dry, sandy feeling. In the south, right, there's a puff of pollen that flies out at Ishtalan. You need to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. And this is versus poison.
Versus allergies.
Mm-hmm. Currently looking at a natural 1.
Taking a deep breath.
Yeah, fine. I'll use 2 points to reroll that. So that is an 17 because the Bane still applies, but it still seems to be enough.
Yeah, that will pass. So you take half damage. Oh, it's not in there. 38. So you'll take 8 points of poison damage.
So 4 plus blooded, which is 7 for us now?
6 still.
6? Okay.
Oh, yeah, when you're taking it. Yeah, the worst sword, the worst side of the average, so yeah, 7.
So 7.
Yeah, I think I was doing it wrong before. But...
As the pollen comes toward her, she shies away, throwing up, tucking her nose into the high neck of her coat, still coughing and retching a little bit, eyes squeezing shut, but doesn't. She looks really terrible now. Like the whites of her eyes are all reddened and her nose is streaming, but she stays where she is.
Now no one is in range of the creatures of their abilities, so it loses the rest of its turn. Peach, you're up.
Peach is going to take a moment, take a breath, and she's going to just sort of point with her hand at the creature to the west, the big thing, and she's going to cast Shatter. The thing will start to hear like a high-pitched ringing noise, and if it's inorganic, which it might be, it's going to have even more damage on that.
No, plants are the most organic of creatures, but is it someone on the east or north?
On the, I'm sorry, west, the one close to Salamander.
Oh, sorry, west. Yeah, my directions were correct. Okay, saving throw. Constitution. Oh, it's gonna pass the save.
Ugh, awful.
However, what's your total damage? Or what's the base damage, I should say?
Base damage is 8.
But it says
Yeah,
high
sorry,
level
it is.
casting.
It's 10. Yes, 10. Yeah.
Okay, so 5 plus 6 for 11 damage.
Oh, okay. So not nothing. Not terrible. All right. Then Peach will kind of look around her and will shout to Fane. Fane! Hey! Just look out for yourself, all right? And Fane will get a bardic inspiration.
Ooh, nice. All right, bardic inspiration for Fane. Please remind me. Just take
Yes.
me to
And
forget.
that is that. He's going next, so hopefully he'll remember.
Oh, sweet.
You also notice Casey standing shirtless right beside you.
Peach notices, but I mean,
Who?
Salinger's also right there, and he got that big hammer out and just against the vines. Just, did you see how strong he is?
Yeah, Casey's eyes are locked on Salinger. Hell of a man.
You're telling me? Orthoclase failed spar,
Yeah.
like I've said before.
Did you see Ez throw that fireball?
That'll end Peach's turn. We shouldn't be talking about Ez in the fire.
Let's see. Okay, so Fane has bardic inspiration. Fane is looking around frantically, his eyes wide. He is going to... He is going to clutch the shield closer. He closes his eyes briefly, and there's a flash and a golden glow from him. What do you think about this? Yeah. Yeah, and you see some of his wounds begin to mend. He's still in pretty bad shape. He is going to... It's dangerous. He does not move yet. He looks around and he calls out, "Is everyone free?" That's going to end his turn for now.
Is everyone free?
From the looks of it, except for Poppy.
Oh, that's Poppy down south. Okay, yes, thank you.
Plant creature on the northern side is going to... Aspen's just slightly out of range. It's going to lash out at Typhon.
Typhon is going to use its reaction, deflect attack, impose disadvantage. Never mind, it doesn't need to.
Yeah, so 12 is going to miss Typhon.
Correct.
Yeah, Vine goes swinging right over. And then it's going to a farther reaching Vine is going to lash out at Desmond. Currently looking at the 20.
Now Typhon will deflect attack. Use its reaction to impose disadvantage.
Advantage rolling again. Oh, this time at 21. Still looking at the 20.
In that case, Esmond, reaction shield. AC becomes 21.
All right, a 20 misses you as the vine smash against the shield that protects you. So that'll be everything in the creature's turn. Araya.
That's not everything on the creature's turn.
I was about to say, thank you.
No, it ends its turn. So it will just roll the... This is interesting. I can't...
So it either takes 27 or half that, plus bloodied.
Right. Well, more specifically, it seems as though If it ends its turn, it just takes the damage, right? It doesn't get the saving throw. That sounds accurate to me. Okay. Do you want to re-roll the damage? Because we rolled a flat damage. We rolled the damage before.
We did, yeah. If you, it's however you want to do it. If you want to roll it each time, or
I think let's roll each time. So just roll the damage again.
all right. 22.
Let's see. Right, more flames sear the creature. You can see smoke beginning to rise from it as it's being cooked. It's
bloody?
badly hurt. Already bloody. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I included bloody damage.
Yeah.
Array, your turn.
I stand up.
Half your movement to get to your feet.
Oh my goodness. Would you consider me to be in, like, it's those vines that are next to me are like threatening vines, right?
Yes, you are in melee range of the creature.
Cool. One thing I am going to do is I can move next. It's still within, sorry, if I move this one, it's still within a certain range. It's not making it pissed.
Well, you won't know beforehand, but I will say it is based on the art. So.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna shift there. She's gonna cast at her highest level mass healing word on 6 people.
Which 6 people?
It's alright. I moved closer so that I could get Ez, but it is Fane, Sal, Casey, Peach, Ishalon, and Ez. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is this what it's like to attend mass?
So from this position, 6 creatures that I see, she calls out just a golden prayer, and a bit of light extending from her warms those within that radius. And it is my... yeah.
You're healing.
Do I just roll? So the nice thing, I'm casting this at my highest, so it's going to be 2d4 for 6 different people, so it's going to be 12 d4s, and then just like in order give it da.
Yeah, I think just one roll and everyone gets that.
Oh, okay. And then what's my healing? It's just my level, right? So it's plus 5?
It's the level of all the classes that can cast that spell.
Like combined, so it'd be like...
Yeah, it might be your full level.
It's been a really long time since I've had to heal anyone.
Alright, what's the total?
Six plus 13.
Okay, so yeah, everyone but Kebeth, Samsol, Typhon, and Zephyrus, Stranger, Pretty Girl. You gain 19 hit points.
19? Thank you, Aurea.
Plus Plus, also her spellcasting ability modifier, right?
Oh, yes.
What's that?
So
Where's that
Yeah,
number?
what is it?
Jesus Christ! Why haven't I looked at
That's
my
your
screen?
wisdom. It's your wisdom modifier.
This
Or
one's,
yeah.
this one's different. It's +5.
is it not charisma?
Yeah, +5.
24 then. That's amazing.
24.
Thank you.
And that's a bonus action. And to the
Caspian's
thing.
no longer bloody.
Yay.
Casey seems to absorb a little bit more of Araya's magic than everyone else.
How?
As the bracers on his arms glow a little bit and kind of suck in some of that magic.
Ooh.
Peach is no longer bloody.
Still
I
bloody.
was a little bummed because this is like 1d4 healing. So I was like, oh god. Well, it's useful. But she turns her ire, like after being like, my friends, turns her ire to the plant that's directly next to her. And almost spitefully, with the same sort of golden glow, she spits a word of radiance at it. I am clicking stuff and it is not doing anything.
Are you clicking the little chat window looking thing, the little thought bubble?
No, I'm clicking like no. I have my window popped out, so I think that might be it. But
If you click the chat bubble, that will report it if it's a spell.
well, no, because I can do it as an action. It's in my action thingy.
I see. Okay. Oh, it worked. It popped up twice.
Oh,
Maybe it's
okay.
just slow.
That's because it was being slow then. That's probably my internet.
Okay.
The first one, so DC 18 to the plant that is snuggling distance from me.
Constitution saving
Please roll low.
throw. Granted. 14
10
is
points of
gonna
damage.
Fail. 10 radiant damage plus 6.
And then she's going to move. I've got diagonally away.
There's a flash of radiance, and some of the creature's tendrils withdraw. When you go to move away,
Mm-hmm.
it is going to... Is there anything protecting you from attack of opportunity?
I have a reaction that I can use if it does something to me.
Okay, well, it's trying to attack of opportunity you.
That's fine.
Does a 15 hit your armor class?
Definitely, because I was asleep. I didn't cast mage armor. I'm a sleepy person.
All right, so yeah, you're looking at a 15 right now. It's going to hit you. Was there something you wanted to do in response?
She just cursed it, and then it hits her and it hurts her, and because it hurts her, she gets to cast Hellish Rebuke at 2nd level.
So make a DC 16 strength saving throw as well, please.
I made a strength saving throw! You don't even know how special that is! She doesn't!
This is huge.
With like almost venom in her curse towards it. It lashes out, it hurts her, and she just, in the maiden's name, you will release me! And blue fire spreads from her body to the vines that meant to grapple her and chars them. Or 14 fire damage?
Nice, yeah, you burn
Plus
away...
2, so 16.
16, okay. Yeah, you burn away some of the vines that were trying to grab onto you, so you're not held by the creature, but it did hit you with the attack of opportunity, so you're...
I'm resistant to poison, so that just halves that, right?
Yes, just the poison portion. And you round in whichever side is worse for you. So it did hit you with attack of opportunity. So your movement is reduced to 0. You cannot move away, but it is not grappling you.
Oh, thanks for moving me back. Okay. That's all. I kind of wanted to provoke it to attack me so I could hit it again, so.
Ooh, add the bloodied for the rebuke.
I did.
Ooh. The thing? Oh,
Yeah, I added it for you.
oh, but it also gets bloodied against me because I'm still.
Did I add it? No, I don't think I did actually. I remember typing it.
Does blooded apply since it's once per turn?
It's not the same turn as it was. It's not per round, it is per turn. Oh, wait, she already hit it. Yeah. Sorry, for some reason, because it attacked, I thought it was its turn. Okay. So you've scorched it, but it hits you with the vine to stop you from getting one. Pretty Egg Girl is going to... She glares at the plant creature in front of her, and those claws at the end of her elbows extend just a bit. She lashes out with the spinning strikes at that creature. She doesn't care what character she is, so I'm just going to... Then she is going to disengage and dash into the cover of woods.
Did she just leave Poppy behind?
Is that Pop? That is Poppy. I was like, what is that?
What a terrible pet owner.
Pet owner. Poppy would actually be free then, because that was the one that hit by Casey's fire.
Ah, right.
So Poppy's dashing out of the woods. I kept looking at that and I was like, what is that thing? And I couldn't click on it. And I was like, oh, it must be a bug. I forgot Poppy was there. The plant creature in the east. Array was the most recent to try to hurt it, so it is going to use a bonus action. Oh, but a 10 is not going to hit your armor class, even though you're just wearing
thank
robes.
God. Thank the maiden.
So, yeah, vines lash out at you, but you manage to fend them off. And then with its action, it's going to attack Salinger. Does a 20 hit your armor class, Salinger?
Oh, yeah.
You're looking at 15 piercing and 9 poison. And you're already close enough, so it cannot be closer. Little small guys are gonna go. One of them lashes out at Vane. Oh no, a natural 20.
Wait, the small guys are combatants?
Vane has a bardic inspiration.
He does, but I don't think it helps this, unless you're College of War.
Nope, not College of War, but just figured I'd throw it out there.
Bye, Fane.
Can I spend a point of spice to make that re-roll? Or 2? However many.
Yes, you could. You use 2 points of spice to make it reroll, if you'd like to.
Yeah, Peach does do that.
Okay. Well, not, you know what? Better. Certainly better. That's 8. That's much less damage.
Sometimes all you need is that one.
Oof. Best I can do.
Did Rhea step away at just the right moment?
Huh?
Nothing. Fane's fine.
What?
Still breathing.
All right, yeah. The vines tear into Fane. Creature.
Wait! Can I do anything
And,
to make it re-roll?
No, something was already used to make it. Another one of those things gets up to its feet and has just enough movement left to get over to Esmond. Esmond is 14, definitely not going to hit your armor class. So against your blue shield that I assume is still up, you see a little creature trying to claw at you, whipping at you with vines with just flashes of protective magic. See,
Such a tank.
another one of them lashes out at Beth.
I have an important question related to that now that you're attacking me.
Mhm.
So I actually am resistant to poison damage. So that means I took only half of that poison damage, which was 4. So I should have only had 2. And then I gained 1 point back because I also discovered that I have 5 temporary hit points now instead of 4. So I am now exactly at half my hit points. Am I bloodied when I'm exactly at half?
You have to be missing more than half.
Okay, so then I am not actually bloodied.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, I was like, I'm right on the cusp, but I couldn't remember which way it went when you had exactly half.
So does an 18 hit your current armor class?
No, it does not.
Ooh, yes, you deflect as this thing attacks you. And then the other one on the other side of you attacks you. At 26 will probably hit you, so you're looking at 6 magical piercing and 6 poison.
But I currently have the Hill Rune activated, so I am resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage, so I'm
Right.
taking half of all of that damage.
Nice. So 6 instead of 12. Which I assume.
Now I'm bloodied.
Now you're bloodied again. Well, it saved you some damage. Nice job. Okay. That one went. Right. See one of them run off in the woods after Pretty Egg Girl. Another one goes running at Ishtalon. 10, not going to hit you. Easy to fend off the little thing as it tries to get you with its little thorn.
I think she just like kicks it.
And then one runs at Araya, jumping up at her. 16 going to hit you right now?
Oh, for sure.
We're looking at 6 piercing and 3 poison damage. And you'll take 7 bloodied. As
6 plus 2 plus 7.
Are you resistant to poison?
I am.
Okay, yeah. So 8 plus 7, so 15 total damage.
Yep. I should have healed myself in that group.
Okay, I think that's all the little friends. Ishtalon, you're up.
Point of clarity that I don't know if I'd ever asked this before, but the half movement used to take out items, etc. Can you, as rogue, since I can dash as a bonus action, can I use the extra movement afforded by that? So basically, can I use like half of a bonus action to?
Yes, you still have to take the dash action, but yeah, you can use half of it.
Okay, and putting away a weapon also takes half, right?
If you're drawing a weapon and putting a weapon away, you can do that as the same half movement.
Okay. Sorry, one last thing. So drinking a potion is half movement to take it out, and then the action to drink it.
If you did not already have it out, yes.
All right. So she slings the bow back over her shoulder and draws the shield around her, interposing it between herself and the little guy that's trying to come up on her. And then she's shuffles in one of her pouches and pulls out a vial that she flicks the cork off of and throws it back for a superior healing potion. And then I think she might actually just move away a little bit. She did not like things, so half of it is like 17. So she'll just move forth a bit, and she still has. Oh, I didn't roll concentration. She theoretically had. Was it Zephyr Strike up? Hang on.
Yeah, just roll the concentration check for that.
I don't remember how many times she got hit. Once, twice.
I think I just call it once.
Okay.
No, there you go.
So she sells it up. So she'll move back a little bit, and that will be it. Oh well, and then she'll say, "We're all out. Let's just run." And that's it.
Right. Casey, you're up.
Yeah, Casey. Casey stands there for a moment. And says, almost to himself, "Run. Things are just heating up." And he snaps his neck and snaps his finger, and a ball of energy appears in his hand. And it's flickering through different shades and colors and elements and settles quickly on fire. And then he snaps his fingers again, and a second orb appears, and he launches 2 fireballs. First one flying just over Salinger's shoulder at the large creature as he casts Chromatic Orb. First one's going to be advantaged for this reason. And I'll use sneak attack dice if it hits.
Hmm.
21 to hit.
21 hits.
So he will take 19 plus bloodied fire damage.
5. Northern one, right?
No, the one next to Salinger.
Yeah, flames scorch into it, searing some of the vines. It's in bad shape. It's still alive.
Moments later, the second ball of fire flies just past Araya at that little creature next to her. Yeah, no, sneak attack on this one too. 19 to hit.
You're not going over your sneak attack column total, though, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I can do, I think, 3 per turn.
19 hits. What's your total damage?
17 fire damage.
Yeah, you hit the creature and it stumbles and squeals and its little limbs go flailing around. You definitely hurt it. Not bloodied yet.
And I think that's going to be my turn.
All right, any movement?
Nope, I used my movement for advantage.
Okay, Beth, your turn.
I'm going to take a swing at that same one to the upper right of me. $25 to hit, 10 damage.
25 definitely hits.
Is that thing bloody yet?
And it is now. So as you slice into the creature, you open it up, and so its nectar goes splashing out into the grass.
It has nectar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn and hit the one on the opposite corner of me now.
Right. That'll hit. You slash into it with your great sword. It staggers.
And then I'm going to move over here. Hold on while my thing connects. I'm going to move over to next to Ez. And I'm going to use my bonus action. Give me 1 second. My computer is working very, very hard right now. I'm going to use my bonus action to do second wind and regain 1d10 plus 7 plus, what is it? Our character level for casting?
I'm sorry, what's the context? Is it healing?
Yes.
It's the level of all the classes that can cast that spell that you have.
Your fighter levels.
Fighter levels because it's second wind. It's not a spell.
Okay, yeah, they just be your fighter level twice, essentially.
Fighter level twice?
Well, because second wind already adds your fighter level, so it just adds it again.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And then I will end my turn next to Esmond.
Esmond Clockright, turn is yours.
Paint me a picture real fast because I went AFK for a moment. The tree to the north is bloody. Is the tree to the west bloody as well?
Yeah, the tree to the north is badly hurt and wreathed in flame. The one in the east also badly hurt, with covered in scorch marks. The one in the south seems to be in the best shape, and it's trying to lash out at you and send puffs of pollen in your direction, but seems to be because of potentially your distance inhibited.
Solid. Yeah, okay. It worked well the first time, so once again, flick his wand, catching the ignition, the kinetic energy, and a ball of wind, and launching it forward to the top of the tree to the west, casting fireball. This time at base level, I think we'll just do a third level fireball. DC 19 Dex save.
Save. And sorry, is this north or east?
East, or the west one.
I'm sorry, west. Yeah, I'm backwards twice.
The left one.
Oh, 16's gonna fail.
That'll be 25 fire damage plus bloody.
Esmond, Clockright, please tell me a story.
Hey, I did it. Yeah, seeing how badly everyone is looking and being harassed from all sides, and Araya just like blessing a number of us with some healing. Esmond will, watching the vines whip around in this tree, trying to bring this thing to a halt, will ready the spell and aim and wait for a moment where there's a clearing in the vines wrapping around, and launch the fireball to catch it within the actual tree itself, so that it erupts from the inside out.
Yeah, and as the fireball blasts it, there's a high-pitched shriek from the creature. You can just barely hear at the edge of your perception. Maybe the half elves hear it a little more keenly, or those with tighter perception. But its limbs are flailing around, and you can see it bursting into flames and collapsing in on itself. And there is, in its death throes, there's an upward burst of pollen as it shrieks, and you hear from the far actual east this time a high-pitched shrieking sound as though something is answering, and you start to see the forest in the east begin to rumble, trees shaking, and something begins moving your direction.
Oh, you don't say.
I, for one, blame Esmond.
Well, that just seems unfair.
But also, I love you for casting Fireball.
Oh, fuck. Do I have a bonus action? I do.
Can you repeat what just happened? Because I was AFK for a second.
Something heard it die, and is large and rustling trees, and that's all we know.
Do you want to do?
Okay.
Something big is
Well,
heading your direction now.
At
From
least I'm
the-
in close proximity.
West? Or which
From
one?
the
Coming
east.
From the east.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Hearing something and seeing the rumbling coming from the east, Esmond will cast Chronal Shift on himself. His eyes glowing amber almost for a split second, and just going to announce to the whole group, everyone, we should start moving away from that. And I'm going to begin running westward, I guess. So that's 50 feet of movement. And yeah, that'll be my turn.
As you move away from the northern one, it will attempt to attack of opportunity.
Is it the one that's next to me?
Kind of close to you. It's about 10 feet above you, north of you.
Can I just not see it because of a dot on here?
No, the large plant creature.
Oh, okay.
But it.
Oh, that's a natural one. How do you want to take advantage of this opportunity?
I mean, fuck me. Esmond would whip around and cast Shocking Grasp on it if he could.
Roll damage.
Esmond, stop murdering the plant life.
That'll be
Don't stop. I needed that.
9 lightning damage plus bloody.
All right. Yeah, lightning courses through it, more smoke rising. Get away. The one in the little creature south of you does not attack opportunity yet. Anything else on your turn?
Oh, and I'll telepathically instruct Zephyrus to fly up and away and kind of keep an eye on the perimeter.
The creature, unable to take attacks of opportunity, does not react as little Zephyrus breaks free of some of the vines, flies upward.
Yeah, I'll instruct him to keep an eye on the east for us.
Out east?
Correct. Yeah, that'll work.
From the south, the stranger, the woodsman, steps out from the trees and fires a volley of arrows in Araya's direction.
No!
But they hit the little creature.
Can't trust those redheads, I'm telling you.
I'm not going to waste a reaction, but I was surprised.
Yeah, it takes an arrow, and then another one comes flying. Yeah, and spears through that creature just south of Araya, killing it. Before whoever that is ducks back in. Over on the western side, Samsel spins around, so she's looking at the forest and all the rumbling trees, and her eyes go wide. Oh no. And then she starts running to the east toward all of you.
Toward the west?
God, why do I keep doing that's terrible.
Is your map
That
mirrored?
way is east. That way is no.
Are you playing on an inverted map? What's happening?
The worst.
I
You keep
always have
making me
trouble with
question
east-west
myself.
too for some reason.
Make me question myself, and I like used to teach geography as like part of the thing. I'm like pretty sure east is to the right.
Well, it's funny.
Pretty sure east is to the right.
Yeah, I never. Well, apparently, I've. Anyway,
Hey,
I don't know
hang
what
on,
directions
Chris. What is this movement speed?
I don't know. What
Yeah, hold on.
directions.
What's happening?
Samsel. Samsel's turn.
Is Samsel's eyes slitted? Does she have lizard eyes?
No, she doesn't.
Samsel has all the cool things in her pockets.
She's also clearly some kind of rogue.
We should have a loot bug traveling around with us.
Oh, I like her path. Me, 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 me.
Should be good enough. Samsel just goes running her big backpack, feet shaking behind her. Next turn. We gotta go, we gotta go!
I'm imagining a hobbit run through an orc-infested battlefield.
Very much so. Salinger, you're up.
How rough does Fane look? Because he's right beside me as people are starting to flee.
Fane is bloodied, pretty bad shape.
All right. Sal looks to Fane and says, we got to get out of here. And tries to grab his hand and pull him along with him. Maybe that gives me half movement and gives him a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, you're not grappled right now.
Yeah.
No, I mean, just like if I'm dragging someone along.
But there's the little dude on him.
Oh, he's got a dude on him?
He's engaged a little guy on the north side there. In terms of like moving someone else with you, yeah.
Well, I'm definitely not doing that because I would be dragging him through attacks of opportunity if he's got a guy on him. So I'm just gonna hit the little dude.
Okay.
Little thorny vine man.
All right, you're gonna move a little closer and attack.
Is mine not working? It's not showing.
I don't see an attack. I just see the damage.
Yeah, I was popped out and I clicked something twice and it just showed damage. But that number's good. So.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, 28 definitely hits, and just use the top damage. First damage.
That's good because the minimum damage on the bottom was garbage.
16.
So it'd be 18 total because I was still raging.
We're all pretty big mad right now.
Yeah, you
being eaten by a salad.
You smash that guy with your hammer. He stumbles. You hurt him. He's not bloodied yet, though.
Okay, second smash.
Ooh, 24 hits.
All right, and just 11 damage that time.
That bloodies the creature. All right, anything else on your turn?
No, I'll stay engaged.
The creature in the south is going to send a puff of pollen out at Gambeth. Gambeth, you need to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 16.
I have advantage to saving throws against poison, don't I?
Yeah, absolutely. And this one will count.
$26.
Definitely passes. So you'll take half of that for 10 poison damage, and you are not forced to move.
If I'm also resistant to poison damage, do I take half of that again?
Yes, if you... Yeah, are you for resistant poison?
Yes, I am.
Alright, so that's only going to be 5 damage. No one else is in range for anything else. Peach Pine, your turn.
Peach Pine is going to pull her pistol out of her hip holster and level it at the little guy who's on top of Fane, and she's going to take a shot.
And he's going to get +2 armor class because you're kind of firing around Salinger.
Of course, wouldn't hit Sal. In that case, I will just move a little bit further north before taking aim, though.
Move where you'd like to go.
Right there. So I'm not going to hit my friends. Missed. Or rather, I didn't hit it right.
Well, that was only damage. You,
Yeah,
roll the
sorry.
attack.
Yep.
21 will hit. 7 piercing damage plus bloodied. Looking at 13. Each pine tells a story as you kill this little guy.
So watching this guy go after Fane, who she's trying to save with Bardic Inspiration, and watching Salinger join in the melee, Peach has just had enough. She jogs a few meters to the north and takes out the little guy who's on top of Fane. And then she'd use the rest of her movement to start moving toward the... now you've got me mixing up my west and east. Moving toward our evacuation way, westward, toward Fane and Salinger. And but she would stop kind of where they're at. She wouldn't go much further than them. And she would say, well, here, she'd say, look, Fane, I can get you out of here. Like, I can evacuate you, like, through a magic door and all, if you need me to. Do you need me to get you out of here?
He uses a reaction to say, no, the maiden, she needs help.
All right, that'll be my turn, though.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, he's like looking at you imploringly as though you were about to go save her. as you take no more actions, he turns around to Salinger he says, come on. And he starts moving south. Gets running there. Yeah, he comes moving to the south with the shield of Brunhilde in hand, hatchet in the other, as though ready to fight the creature engaged with. So he looks down, sees its dead body at the floor at your feet. His eyes go wide. That's the end of his turn. On the northern side, the creature lashes out at Kabath. Line strike. 21 to hit Kabath. Is that you right now?
That hits. And
Typhon will impose disadvantage, actually, using its reaction.
Ooh. Still gonna hit. We're using the first damage.
I'll be taking half that damage. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah, so 9 damage for you. And you... Yeah, you need to make DC 16 strength saving.
Against what kind of thing?
Against being like grappled and pulled in.
Let me just make sure that has the bonus added to it already.
There's a plus 10 in the dice roll itself.
Hold on. Because I'm supposed to automatically have a 2 added to it, and I think I did that correctly, but let me make sure that that's correct. 1 second. I don't think that... I think it does have it already added in. So I'll just re-roll that with a point of... I think I just need 1 snack point, right?
2 points now for rerolls.
Okay, that's fine.
Give it a roll. Oh no.
That's sad.
Luckily, with the snack points, you get to choose the one that you take. So,
I'll do the 15.
good choice.
What?
It reels you in now that you're closer. Grasping limbs attack. Will a 19 hit you?
My armor class is 19.
It hits you. You're looking at 26 slashing, 4
Oh,
poison.
actually, could Peach use her reaction to use cutting words to subtract an 8 from that attack? Or a d8 from that
Ooh.
attack?
Yeah, absolutely. And cutting words is a reaction thing?
Yes, it is. I just checked it.
All right, yeah. Tell us about it.
Well, let me just find it. Click it. Third level, you learn how to use your wit to distract, confuse, and otherwise sap the confidence and competence of others. So as this vine creature is reaching out toward Kabeth, trying to snap at it, Peach goes, Hey, you leave her alone. She's the toughest thing I've ever seen. And when she gets giant size, she's going to uproot you.
Absolutely. So this should work, but unfortunately, it does not. What you learned is this creature cannot be charmed.
Oh, snap! Plants don't have ears, and it's a fey plant.
It's the worst of combination.
You gotta play a druid if you're trying to riz up trees. You know?
I'm not trying to riz up trees. I'm trying to riz down trees.
She's trying to neg them.
I'm trying to neg them into the grave.
Okay, yeah. So
Unlucky.
Despite the attempt, Kabeth, you're looking at 26 slashing, 4 poison.
Okay, well, I take half of that. And I'm bloodied, and Kabeth's looking a little harsh right now.
Girl, I tried.
And you do need to make a DC 16 strength saving throw. Against being restrained. Yeah, a different one.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Can I use 2 more snack points for that?
You can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'll take that.
Much better.
Yeah, that looks good.
You are not restrained by the creature. So you are grappled, but not restrained. So your movement's 0, but you do not have disadvantages.
Cool.
It's the end of that creature's turn. Araya, it's your turn.
It takes 20 fire damage.
Oh, thank you.
20 plus bloodied.
Oh yeah, there's smoke curling in the air. Parts of it have been singed black. It's barely hanging on to life. Some of its parts are bursting, and there's boiling nectar like dropping into the grass.
That motherfucker is still up?
I know. Kabeth, I see you. She'll turn, see Fane, be like, we've got this. And okay, I had a question about my I have a feat that gives me at will mage armor. Now, is at will an action, a bonus action, or I just get to have mage armor when I say I have it?
Can you click the ability?
Because it says that I get it without having to do nothing. And I just don't want to
Oh, you can cast mage armor at will. So that just means you can cast a spell that still takes the action.
Alright, I'm gonna my action economy can't afford that right now. So I am going to cast. What I am going to cast is the highest level that I manage. Not Cure Wounds, but Healing Word, which is the long distance one. My sheet's not behaving nice. To Kibeth.
What's the total with your additional?
I'm going to move forward a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. It is +5 and +5.
So 27 healing?
+4 with that higher level cast.
Oh.
So 21, 31. And how's Fane? Oh, the desire to hurt a thing or the desire to help a thing.
Fane is bloodied.
This might hurt my friend again before she can get away. Rhea chooses fire.
Beth's looking a lot better.
She's casting a firebolt at the still on fire thing.
20 will hit. That's 18 fire damage plus 6 for bloodied for a total of 24. Araya, please tell us a story.
I don't often kill things, so this all goes. Let me think. Knowing that Kibeth might get pulled right back in and be put in a worse shape, she calls out, "Kibeth, let's run!" and just like sees the vines reaching still towards her and is like, "But not you!" And from her hand hurls blue fire towards it. And when it catches, it joins Casey's golden flame, and the mix of the two is just awful, terrible burning.
Green fire.
And then I moved 10, and then I can move 20.
And this one as well, when it dies, there's a high-pitched squealing sound. Its vine limbs flailing around, and then puffs of pollen go up into the air. You hear more answering in the forest to the east. The actual east this time. You hear it from New York. The direction of New York. Fantasy New York.
Fantasy.
Oh, we're just on the outskirts of the city. That's why everything's so weird out here.
Jorvik.
Maybe a York worries, Casey. Anything else on your turn?
Nope. I moved more west, pulling Fane behind me, but not actually pulling, but like with the gesture and intention.
He will use his reaction. I think that's what it. Yeah, we'll use his reaction to move with you.
Sorry that I couldn't heal you.
There's no worry. Let's get out of here. Pretty egg girl. You see a glimpse of her over on the eastern side. And she and Poppy come spilling out of the woods, running quickly in your direction, looking alarmed. Yeah, as you see more trees being bent and swayed, it's moving closer to you. On the third turn from now, it looks as though if you had to estimate by the movement of the trees, whatever is coming will arrive. You're still on.
The little tree things? Or the little guys not act?
Oh, thank you. Little friends. 2 of them already dead. They seem to become even more mindlessly enraged by the death of these larger plants. One of them leaps at Kabath. Tiny Vine Strike. For 20, you're currently looking at 20.
Are you attacking me because you lagged out again and I did not hear who you're attacking?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I am attacking you.
Okay, yeah, so 20 would hit me.
You get 7 magical piercing and 1 poison.
Does half of 1 poison rounded up still mean 1 poison?
Yeah, you always round to
Man,
whatever's worse
I
for
am
the
barely
players.
getting sound from you. It's so delayed.
Oh, interesting. Am I lagging for everyone?
I have to see what I can do. It's probably just me. I think the internet is doing this to me. My computer's also like struggling along. Let me see what I can do to improve it. Hold on.
Maybe switch to phone.
I think I'm gonna have to like take down a second monitor from my laptop. I think that's part of the problem. But say the last thing you said again about the attack.
Yeah, if the 20 hits you, 7 piercing, 1 poison.
Okay, so 4 points of damage.
No, 5 points of damage because you round in whatever's worse for the players.
7 plus 1 is 8 divided by 2.
Yeah, but
You're doing.
they're two separate sources of damage. You don't total them and then do the math. You do it per point.
Yeah, I know. I have resistance to both right now.
And yeah, so
I
4
have resistance
plus
to both.
4
so.
plus 1 for 5.
Oh, okay.
It's whatever is
Okay.
the worst.
Yeah.
Ow.
I'll take 1 more point away.
Another little guy is going to go rushing at Ishtalon. How do you find strike? Does a 15 hit you?
Doesn't hit.
Miss. All right, one of them turns and goes running at Pretty Egg Girl. So going to attack her. She dodges out of the way. Another one goes at Kabeth. Looking at another 20. 20 to attack and 11 piercing, 1 poison.
Okay.
I think that's all of them. It's running through the woods. Ishtalan, your turn.
Okay. She draws the flaming tongue scimitar, and activates it again, shouting a word, and then right on the tail end of shouting that word, as it roars into life, she says, "Like I said, fucking run!" And then she's going to strike at the little guy in front of her. I think she is going to. She's been holding on to the Zephyr Strike. She's still holding on to it, but she's going to activate the use of giving herself advantage on this next hit. And what is it? The extra damage if it hits. So, advantage. Elven accuracy, give another advantage, and then she's going to, because she has advantage, she's going to use sneak attack on it too. So 23.
I'll definitely hit.
And 11 slashing. It looks like actually 14 slashing, 1 force, 4 fire.
All right. Yeah, resistant to none of those. So 19.
Yeah. Yes. No, sorry, 20. That'll be 20 total.
Yeah, creature is bloodied.
And she rears up again, cuts back the other way with this thing, and this time if she hits, well, we'll see if she hits. Hold on. $15.
15. Hit.
Nice. So with 15, that's 20. I think she's going to use a pushing attack to push it back from her, and add the damage.
+2. All right. So is that 22 plus 6?
22 plus, yeah, so 28.
All right, tell me the story.
Okay. With her second attack, she pauses for a second and then at the full extent of her swing, and then slashes so hard that the wind of it seems like it almost extends back 15 feet, and it bisects the little creature, sends it flying back 15 feet in 2 pieces that trail little arcs of ambrosial syrup.
Glisten against the firelight.
And then she will, I think she only has like 15 feet movement left, so she'll move a little bit. That way. And that's it for me.
Casey.
Is dropping concentration a free action?
I actually forgot I have extra 30 movement because of Zephyr Strike, so I'm gonna keep moving. And then I'm done.
Yes, free action on your turn. Unless yeah, free action.
Free action drop. Mm-hmm. And with this 20-foot radius sphere, can I get both of those creatures in that?
20-foot radius sphere. Oh, I see. Show it again.
So it basically does half of each of the blocks that those guys in.
Yeah, it's a little less than half on the western one, but
Right.
so the one on the west will have an advantage on its saving throw.
One sec. Yeah, so the fire shining in Casey's eyes slowly dims, and his magma lines dim along with it as the concentration on the ring of fire drops, and those flames sweep into the ground, and plumes of smoke kind of billow out from that circle. And then he reaches into his pouch and pulls up a bit of something in his hand and speaks a low word. And a ball of fire appears in his hand, grows in size. And with a breath, it flies out and strikes in the space between those two creatures. As he casts Fireball.
Bursts out in all directions, scorching the grass, which seems to each individual blade squealing in response.
It is a DC 16 dex save or 24 fire damage.
And left and right. Oh, double damage to the one on the right.
And left one's advantaged, right? So cool.
Yeah, passes. Okay, so the one on the left is bloody. The one on the right. Tell me a story.
Yeah, this ball of fire strikes in the middle of nowhere, but the flames keep growing and slowly engulfs each of the creatures just in front of Kabeth and Pretty Egg Girl. And the one in front of Pretty Egg Girl kind of crackles, and little leaves that are on fire float into the air from the updraft of the flames. And when it subsides, he's just on the ground, and Egg Girl stands there. And Casey's like, locked eyes with Pretty Egg Girl. We're leaving. And he pats Peach on the shoulder and turns to move towards Salinger. And that's, I think, going to be my turn.
Kabeth.
Please confirm I am still grappled, but not restrained, right?
The creature that was grappling you is dead. You are released.
Okay, so now I just have the one right next to me that's there attacking me, and the other one next to me is bloodied.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a swing at the bloody one first.
Syrup dripping down on the grass. He looks at you with menace.
One second. I might cast a spell first. I'm gonna cast Divine Favor first. I use my bonus action to do that. So if I hit, I get a little extra damage. Does a 17 hit?
That's you have some extra damage.
Yeah, 1 second. $14 plus an additional 1.
Hell yeah.
15 plus bloodied for an addition. So that's an additional 6. 30, looks like 30, or no, 21 damage.
Patrick's not here. He does all my math for me. You're on your own.
That is correct. 21.
Assuming that my math is good, Kebeth, please tell us a story.
Kebeth is real mad at what's going on here, and she just raised that sword up over her head after the vines die around her, and she brings a blow down and cleaves this thing right in two, and it collapses to the ground in 2 pieces. And then she turns around and faces the other one with a really angry look on her face. Could have just let us leave.
Oh,
25 with 11 slashing plus me clicking a button, waiting 2 seconds for it to catch up.
oh no.
Clicking with dice, waiting 2 seconds for it to appear in the chat. Like I keep
you
clicking things and
are-
I'm like, all right, what did I roll? Another one. Wow. All right, that's
Shouted for you, I know.
12 damage.
12 damage.
It's fine. That's how this week is going. But that lets me run away from this thing without provoking an attack of opportunity. What were you saying, Chris?
Yeah, you have bloodied that little guy.
And we're all running to the left side of my screen, correct?
Yes, everyone seems to so far be running.
I'm gonna move in that direction a whole lot. Is there anyone from the party still to the right of me?
Glancing that way,
Typhon,
you see
Poppy?
Pretty Egg Girl and Poppy running in the same direction
Maybe
you're
Fane.
running. Yeah, you see Pretty Egg Girl and Poppy running in the same direction as you.
Even though I can run past him, I'm gonna run right up next to Ez and I'm trying to identify the non-blue character. Oh, Casey.
Anything else on your turn after you move?
Casey's a master of disguise.
That's it. It's just because you're a tiny dot, and the blue one's really easy to ID, but everyone else is kind of brownish blobs.
No, Casey is
Brown
known
red.
for being nondescript. Blend
That's
into
okay.
any crowd.
That's how we know
And
him.
I'm probably gonna head out very soon because I have to get ready for a wedding tomorrow.
I have
Sounds
to as well. Not a wedding, but I'm throwing a birthday for my 5-year-old.
Ooh, nice. Esmond Clockrate.
Oh man, Esmond's gonna run up 5 feet for a clear shot. Action, cast Firebolt at the one remaining sprout creature.
It'll still have 2 armor class there.
Oh, still? All right, well, I'll move up another 5 feet.
Clear shot. .26 definitely hits.
So that'll be 11 fire damage plus bloody for a total of 17.
Let me start.
I mean, seeing Kebeth run up behind him, Esmond will, feeling confident that everyone is now beginning to move, he'll whip around just to make sure there's no one following, see the remaining sprout and will just light or catch his wand against his bracer, launching a firebolt, catching it in the mouth where it just burns and falls over, and just announcing, "All right, we're all good. Let's keep moving west. Get out of sight." Bonus action, yell to Typhon to begin healing up, and Typhon will begin following, and Zephyrus is also going to fall like 50 some odd feet behind Esmond, still up in the air, keeping an eye on the creature coming from the east. But that'll be my turn after I finish moving.
As far as I can tell, there are no more enemy obstructions left in this battle, and so free to flee past the burning remains of these giant monsters, plant creatures that had lulled you into a state of enchantment and been feeding upon your very beings. You flee from this glade, assuming that you want to, into the west and the north to escape whatever is approaching this area called by the death of these monsters.
As a last thing before they depart, in a somewhat haphazard flurry, Ishtalan is going to call out in a loud voice, push back more toward Muna, but probably the stranger to the south can hear it too. Let's meet up about 100 feet into the tree line. I can help us to be a little bit quieter as we get away from this place.
You call out behind you, and all of you flee off into the wood.
Oh my god, so running.
Should we leave that one?
What if it calls something different and bigger than what's already coming?
It took us too long to do what we got to do. There's something on its way to us. That vine thing is at least stuck in the ground, or it seems like. Let's go.
Maybe the thing that's coming is hungry and it's going to eat them. Yes. Yeah. Save one for it. Yeah.
It'll let him know to fear us. Good thinking. Yeah, let's move.
She sort of like blushes a little bit because she's like, I just killed plant thing.
Is that your first big monster kill?
I mean, I killed like one of the lizard guys in the caves.
Araya,
like
getting back to her roots.
I don't kill things very often.
Nor do most of us.
Yeah, that's mostly Ishalon.
No comment.
Yeah, there's a reason we've got our frontliners for that, Kebeth.
Oh, and Casey, that one
like
time.
Salinger and Casey.
Salinger.
Kebeth.
If we do have like a bonus action turn, she's gonna Sacred Waters Feign just to heal him some.
Yeah. We'll get to little minutia of like casting spells and like that probably later because it's already 11.
It's about time we addressed the murderous nature of vegetarianism.
That's true.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to eat some of it though because I feel hungrier after having woken up, and I think that it would help.
Yeah. Also, I kept thinking about cinnamon rolls.
If we snatch up like the pieces of the little guys on our way out, can we like wring them out for their syrup?
Eventually. Why don't you try anything you want?
We can circle back.
It's way too dark.
Leaving behind the glade of the dreamer, you flee off into the west and into the north as the sounds of crashing trees, something approaching. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Ooh, doggy.
So the people who ate things, were they lotuses? Were we lotus eaters?
Lotus eaters.
What was the vibe of the dream world? How did you come up with it? That's what I want to know now. All of these things are dead.
Oh,
I'm leaving. Good night, everybody. Love you guys.
Great work. Great work.
I can't wait till we decide if we all had the same dream, or if it was all different.
Right? That's part of what I'm wondering.
Maybe this is the dream, and we're really in Lux.
Yeah, at
Just
that shop,
hammered.
right? Yes.
It must be a dream. Typhon survived. Like, there's no other explanation.
I should have left that circle up. I considered casting the circle on the remaining creature and just piecing out, but it would have been expensive.
Probably better to be a bit conservative in that regard. But yeah, that felt good. It's been a minute since we had a battle, so that was fun.
Honestly,
I enjoyed that.
I'm quite rusty because I was like, what do I add?
No, the mass heal was quality.
I should have included it. Y'all, I am limping. Like, can you be double bloody?
Esmond's doing great. Esmond had a great day so far.
Yeah, you gotta cast a lot of fireballs. That's a pretty big deal for a little whiz.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
I'm just a little fella.
All right, folks, I'm headed to bed.
Good night.
Night. Great work.
We don't get a drone shot of the thing we ran away from, do we?
Oh my gosh, just like the snippet of... No, because I think it's gonna attack us next round.
Well, I mean, Zephyrus is still here, so...
I mean, do you want to
describe it just like its snoot or something?
Do you guys is someone staying behind to look?
Well, Zephyrus was up in the sky to look specifically for.
I have Zephyrus up until we reach tree cover, and then I'm having Zephyrus like zip down below tree cover because we don't need anything tailing us because of a small hummingbird.
If anyone's just staying behind to watch, you just let me know, and I'm gonna give you a roll.
I've considered leaving Typhon behind, but I'm not going to do that.
Don't leave your metal boy. He helped so much.
He didn't. He didn't help that much.
He did the disadvantage.
Yeah, that's effective. It didn't actually do anything.
Yeah, just because he wasn't effective doesn't mean that he wasn't trying his very, very best.
Typhon provides an additional target away from everyone else, and that's kind of the role that it serves.
Oh, he's cannon fodder?
Fully, yes.
He's like Fane in that way.
No, Fane is not cannon fodder.
Typhon and Fane actually have a lot in common. They should talk.
No, they'll just be like, oh, how are you holding up?
Beep boop, zip, zip zap.
Like really sad beeps.
Beep boop.
Fane just pats his like little knee.
They both can only count to 1.
That's okay.
I think that went over my head.
Yeah, start with 0, and then you go to 1. That's the only numbers.
They only
Chris,
go like 1 or 2.
Chris, how many languages can Fane speak?
Well, he speaks Dwarven.
You've never asked him.
Well, he helped us with Dwarven, and he speaks Common with us.
Typhon knows more languages than him, I think.
How many?
Possible.
Wait, can Typhon speak Celestial?
Typhon can understand any language that I speak, that Esmond speaks.
Oh, well, you don't understand Celestial, so never mind.
Does he understand?
That's the only language that counts.
Interesting. Does he can understand any language that you can speak, or does that just mean that he understands you?
Let me double check it. I believe it can understand anything I speak, but let me.
It's like
see
you
what it says on
programmed.
D&D Beyond.
You programmed him with your like a little bit of your smarts. So I have been working on the Viney picture, but it's not a lot progressed.
I lost the vines.
It's like you honestly can't give me like really like fun to draw ideas and not have me jump on them.
I really like the composition.
Yeah. The blending of vines with the idea of a dream fog is really nice.
Okay. The stat block, the official stat block says understands the languages you speak.
Well, but that means that if somebody else speaks the language, that it can understand them in turn.
I mean, that's my
I
interpretation.
don't think it listens to anyone else that does it.
Oh, that's a good point. Can I talk to it?
Sure, yeah. Talk to the robot. See what happens.